What's up, everybody? Brett here, happy today to be bringing you a new game for the channel. It's called Heroes of Hammerwatch. And never mind the Moon Temple part. That's part of a DLC that's recently released. And it's a game that's been out since 2017. Let me go ahead and read you the Steam page of what this game says. I picked it up because it was on sale on Steam. And I had some buddies playing it. We've had a good time. So I'm kind of bringing you guys in, not so much at the beginning of my understanding of this game, but sort of in the middle, I suppose. So without any further ado, let's read the Steam page. It says, Heroes of Hammerwatch is a rogue-lite action-adventure set in the same universe as Hammerwatch, I guess the previous game. Encounter endless hordes of enemies, traps, puzzles, secrets, and lots of loot as you battle your way through procedurally generated levels to reach the top of the Tower of Exhaustion. So, I'm pretty much a noob in this game. I've been playing with friends who are of varying levels of skill and also, like, how deep and how far they've gotten into this game, so they've explained a lot to me. Let's see, my best character right now is the Witch Hunter. I've also got my Paladin here, decked out in gold. I was just kind of messing around with him. But the Witch Hunter, let's jump in and play, and I can show you guys a bit of the game. It's got a 9 out of 10 on Steam. It was developed by CrackShell, and the publishers are CrackShell and Surefire.Games, in case you're curious. So, alright. So, very Diablo-esque, if you've ever played Diablo. We've got our upgradable central hub world, where we can go to test out our DPS. We can upgrade our armor and weaponry here. We find people in the various dungeons that we visit that allow us to unlock new things. Our skills here, which we'll go over as we get a chance to fight. You'll notice very pixely is this game. If we want to customize our character some more, we can do that. Everything revolves around gold, ore, and these stars which denote our level in the game. So the more stars, the more skills we can unlock, the more ore, the more part of our towns that we can unlock. And gold is kind of useful for purchasing skills and upgrades, as well as you can sometimes interchange it for gold. Someone that I rescued recently, if we're able to build her building, she will allow us to recruit, I think it's wizards or sorcerers, something like that. So a new type of unit that we could play. I could start a game over. I thought about doing that. A new character, and we could roll together. But I figured, I didn't know if I wanted to make this a series. I didn't know if you guys would be that interested in a game like this. But it's pretty hot right now. It's pretty hot right now. And it's like Zoolander. But this character, I think, is going to give us the ability, or give myself the ability, to sort of showcase more of what the game has to offer. So we are a Witch Hunter. The benefits of our skills are that I have this crossbow that rapid fires. Ooh, let's come up here and get this monolith. It imbues me with gold fever. So that gives me, let's see. I think there's somewhere around here we could look at that. Effects, perhaps. 100% gold gain. Nailed it. Okay. So, you go through different floors with different difficulties, different enemy types, varying levels of rewards. If you die, you die. Yeah, you gotta start all over again. But I managed to clear the first two, tiers of floors, right? The mines is the first tier. The next tier would be, kind of like a dungeon, sewer-looking area with lots and lots of skeletons. But what I've been able to do, and you'll notice there, I think I procced my combo by getting a number of hits and kills. What you're attempting to do is get deeper and deeper into the level. And it gives you an opportunity, right? So when you die, you die. You don't get to keep all the gold and ore that you've been able to accumulate. You actually need to, at some point, drop it off at various points on our map. And we can bring up the map here using tab. This portal will bring us, it'll allow us to skip through the first level's boss. Because I think it's 3 or 4 of these mine levels that we need to go all the way through. Which we're going to skip because we don't get too much benefit from doing these missions. Bats are pretty annoying because they can sort of glide through the level. And you got to watch them. So I just want to make sure I'm getting all the ore. Gold is nice because I'm getting that 100% gain. So I want to pick those up. These copper coins are worth 2 now instead of 1. And if we see silver coins, those will be worth 6. So we'll definitely want to pick those up. Don't worry too much. Just because of where I'm at in the game, about a little bit of gold or, you know, a single ore or something like that. It's more important to me that I just sort of showcase the game to you guys, so that way you can see what it's all about. I've been poisoned here. Unfortunate. Ah, treasure chest and a trap down there. We're going to go get that, because that's going to lead us into our items. So I started a bit to talk about our skills. Shooting the crossbow doesn't cost any mana. You'll see my health and mana here, my health potions here, which I could use to heal myself if I felt like I needed to. My other skill, you'll see it costs 30 mana, was that bouncing hound attack, which is very good. Let's see if I can do this trap without embarrassing myself. There we go. Nailed it. Alright, 25% cheaper to buy items in stores. Not something that I need. We'll hit the switch there and turn these traps off. But we can look at our items in our, I think it's character. So we can get a ton of items, and we will. If I do well enough, we're going to get a ton of items. But yeah, so bouncing AoE attack on the Hound. This will take us up to the next floor. This will send my ore and gold back to town with a bit of a tax. But the main thing for me right now is to get as much ore as possible. And instead of going down to the next floor, we could absolutely just stomp the boss in the face after a couple more of these, you know, insect-filled dungeons. But instead, we're going to go into the portal and face kind of like a challenge room that if we're able to pass it, we'll get a ton of items. There we go. A ton of items, and proceed to the entire next tier. We'll be able to bypass that boss. And it's just to allow you to speed up your dungeon running, which I greatly appreciate. So, the good... I knew that was going to hit me. And you'll see there the ravens kind of went out and started attacking my enemies. The best thing about this class that I find is my ability to kite. And I'm a little rusty. I haven't played in a few days, so you'll see I'm getting hit by like random arrows and nonsense. I don't have the best HP regen at this point. A good strategy here is definitely just to continue kiting around the outside. I don't have to spawn all these skeletons all at once, but I would like to get this done as fast as I can. I don't have any set time limit today. I'll play until I die. Throw that out there. The further away those hounds bounce, the more damage they do. You'll see we're facing these skeleton warriors. Low tier guys die easily. Mohawk boys take a little bit more concentrated fire. Different tiers of archers, the ones that shoot multiple shots. And this is almost done. And we can just bounce that there. That'll do a ton of damage. We also have a ward ability, which I haven't found to be very useful. I can do that there. That did a lot of damage. But I find it's much better on bosses. Let's use our potion here. We'll probably get a chance to refill them at some point. Kind of a leader unit there. Drops a banner. Yeah. Alright. Kind of messing around there too much, but that's okay. So let's see what our items are. Ring of Health. 0.2 HP regen. That's great. We'll take that. 0.1 HP regen and 0.2 mana regen. Mana regen is very important on this character. This is going to give us some magic missiles whenever we cast our abilities. 5 armor, okay. 15 health is kind of nice. Plus 10 health, 10 health and mana, 6 attack and skill power, 4 armor and resistance. That's a great item. Lowers our threshold for achieving our combo and increase damage done to undead. And they give more experience, which is great because we're going to be fighting undead for a hot second. So the ward ability, you saw me drop. It sits on the ground. I can place a bunch of them, but they're very mana intensive, so I try to avoid them. I find that the reach that the Hound gives me into certain rooms, which we're going to go into very shortly, to be more beneficial. There are also secrets. So there's lots of secret stuff to find in different levels. You may notice like cracks in the wall, stuff that you can shoot, and it'll open up new locations. In this particular area, I'm keeping my eyes peeled for switches on the walls, which will open up various gates. You'll see here I can't get up to this area because of this gate, but if we find the switch though, and check this out, this is what I'm talking about. That amount of damage being done, that I can just cast and walk away from it. We have some HP regen now. We can take a few hits every now and then. There is a plant in the next room. It kind of acts like a turret. You can kind of quarter camp here. Alright. food will give you HP. Yeah, you'll see it's trying to get me. And that other kind of disgusting grub-looking thing is able to spawn more of these poison shooters. Now, why did I pick the Witch Hunter? Just sounded cool. I'm a 40k nerd. And Warhammer Fantasy nerd in general. I love Witch Hunters. But I've tried out the Paladin, who has a melee character I find is much harder to engage. He does get the benefit of being able to block missile attacks. So in like a two-player scenario, I should say, not 2v2. But in a scenario where you're playing with a buddy... Oh, I was wondering why they were just endlessly spawning, because they have a spawner. It was awesome because my buddy would play Paladin, he would stand in a hallway and block all the ranged attacks, and I would just stand right behind him and shoot. So we had kind of a cool synergy going. With our little bit of regen here, we can afford to spam a bit. If you're wondering what I'm looking at sometimes, I'm really keeping my eyes peeled for the switch. Because there's only one that we're looking for that'll open up all the gates. Tricky sewer bugs. And it's not going to be very obvious. It's not going to be that easy to see. They'll hide it a little bit. Alright, we got to get rid of these bats. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to kind of step into that hallway. Alright. A little bit bigger of a bug there. You'll notice I'm not getting very much experience on this yellow experience bar. And that's because all the units that I'm killing are considered very low tier. Okay. We'll take a little bit of poison damage just to clear this room out. And we will end up doing that next portal. So, we're not going to do the next boss of this area either. Who is a giant skeleton guy. The first area of the boss is a construct. Like a big golem. See there, we picked up a diamond. Diamond is worth, I think it's, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, but it's double, whatever it is. So we want to open this because we want to get the item in that chest. And there's our area if we need to dump off our stuff. See if there was more things spawned down here. Alright, kind of whiffing a little bit, that's okay. The forgiving thing about this character is that you can shoot through things. So a lot of times, even if I miss, I'm still hitting something, which is a blessing in disguise. And I see the switch. Okay, awesome. You'll see how it's kind of hard to tell. It's just this little different colored stone square. But there are other places on the map that have just unlocked. Ooh, let's get in here. While we still have this bonus. Because while I do want more ore than anything else, gold is definitely still useful for me at this point. So that's like a pumpkin or an orange or whatever. It's just bigger health. Okay, let's go see what's over here. Food, nothing. We know we had that item here, so let's go get that. Because the portal is our ultimate destination. And it looks like there was also a trap there. Oh wait, this away? Yeah, and I want to go get that other... We might have to come back here, because I do want to dump off the ore before we go to the next floor. Increase damage done to beasts, and beasts give more experience. Okay. Well, beasts won't be that big of a part in the next floor that we're headed to. So guys, once we're done with this floor, we're getting to the floor where I've been stuck for a while. I haven't gotten to the boss on the next floor either. Oh, this is a dangerous room. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Okay. Well, I could have done that better, I think. Those projectiles travel really fast. Yeah, we just need to do more of that. But this would be a pretty brutal room if you weren't a ranged character like me. Alright, 2 down. Now we can mess around. Okay, unfortunately, I just noticed that the chest in here requires a key, which we do not have. There are different tiers of keys, and we have none of them. So, unfortunately, we won't be able to open that. Kind of fought my way through there for nothing. But at least I got to showcase that area for you guys. Alright. It's only one ore. You know what? I'm not going to waste you guys' time. Let's go straight to the portal. Is there food right nearby? There is. I'm going to go get that food. Our regen is still pretty weak. The next little like cube battle before the next floor is not incredibly difficult. But I still might be glad to have an extra 15 HP while I'm doing it. You'll notice that I used one of my charges of my potion and I didn't regain another one. You only regain your potion charges at locations that look like waterfalls or fountains. You can recharge them there. We just haven't seen one spawn yet. You notice I'm spawning a lot of guys. The melee guys almost never are going to hit me. It's pretty much always the range stuff. And before I get killed by some melee dude. So yeah, one of the things I like to do is kite to the outside. Go around the outside of the ranged guys, take them out. Someone hit me. Didn't really see who it was. And here we go. And because this is the next tier of this like cube battle, you'll notice that already the quality of the troops is higher. And it'll kind of keep getting that way as we move through the ranks. We do bonus damage versus the undead, remember, but they also give us bonus experience. Though it doesn't look like I'm getting much experience at all. That's why I really need to get to the 4th floor. And where we're going, the rooms are a lot bigger. There are a lot more complications to the floors. There's a lot more traps and obstacles. And there are different types of units, which is something I didn't really go over. There's lightly armored. There are units that are resistant to magic. And then there are guys like these ones with the shields who are sort of heavily armored. And you'll notice different damage values based on that. Alright, these guys are grayed out because this like mage, skeleton mage here has a banner that I think what it does is it gives them additional armor. Which you can tell by the reduced damage that I'm doing. But if I destroy the banner, they go back to taking full damage. Let's take a second to focus on especially those ethereal looking units. And the ranged guys. We don't want to let them build up too many archers or else we'll find ourselves just constantly dodging. Alright, let's do some of that. The red hooded skeleton archers, they gotta go. Here we go, next tier. Shoot him point blank in the face. So we haven't really gotten the best items for this run. I've definitely gotten better stuff, but we'll have to wait and see. Ooh, there we go. Dodged it. Alright. We'll have to wait and see before I really make a judgment, because we should get better items after this particular interaction. So what I can do is I can either hide behind the pillars, or I can just try to dodge between. Trying to rush down the cube is... it can work. Oh, here come like the Lich guys. They shoot these little green orbs that kind of track me. So like I said, guys, I've been playing with some of my friends, and they use different characters, obviously. So I've gotten a chance to see the sort of the strengths and weaknesses of different characters. And I'll say the kiting ability of my guy is pretty high. Whereas someone like, I think it's the Warlock, has really powerful self-sustain. Ooh, another potion charge. I'll take that. Deal 50 physical damage when colliding with enemies, immune to slippery surface. This is a super powerful item that lets me do damage as I just run through units. So I can just run into a room and run through people and deal damage. 25% chance to block 5 physical damage. It's not a ton, but it helps. Blood Dagger, 10% chance to gain 2.5% of your current health back when hitting with your primary attack. That's insane. That's going to help us stay alive. 1% gold gain per item in your inventory. Great. 30% chance to gain 1 mana when killing an enemy. So we've got a lot of HP. Ooh, nice. More mana. 20 more mana. We've got a lot of ways to regen our mana and HP now. And then a disarm that we can do to enemies on hit. Alright, those are some much better items. For sure. Let's pick all this up. Our bonus gold has sadly expired. We now have 3 ore. Definitely going to want to drop it off if I get the ability to. And now we have to battle through this entire, area. Wow, I'm loving the ore drops. That's huge. Alright, so more traps. Let's take a look. Usually you can go around. You're not always pigeonholed into going down one area. We can dodge through those flames, though. They're not that hard. Alright, and one of the mechanics of this 3rd floor are these statues that we have to destroy in order to open up the gates to get to the next level. So we're just going to sit here and shoot. There are going to be 3 of them. Also kind of a pain in the butt in this level. It randomly spawns a lot of these ethereal units who slow me. They have certain types of AoE abilities, ranged abilities. Don't really want to get that close to them, and I really don't want to aggro other stuff. Alright, 2 more to go, it says. But it's something that makes these floors time-consuming, and you can't really skip past them, sadly. So we're just going to have to grind our way through it. See, they have a mage who's, like, casting some sort of, like, ice bolt or something at me. Because I think it slows when it hits me. We'll come up here and get one of these mana crystals. And keep working our way down. There's one of those fountains I was talking about. I'm going to hold off on getting it in case I find myself needing to use more potions on this floor. Yeah, this is tough. We just need to spam them. Those green orbs track, so let's just back up and reset. I saw they have spawners down here. It's also worth it for me to remember that just by touching enemies we deal damage. Oh, they're spawning archers. Oh, that's brutal. Alright, done and done. You'll see that this is blocked off. It's because we got to destroy these statues. Alright. We can do a lot of damage like that. But we should probably just take it slow and focus on getting rid of the units before we summon the rest of them. Curious what you guys think about this game, whether or not you'd like to see more of it on the channel. I know I'm probably not the best player in the world for sure, and I've got a lot of stuff to learn, but the game does have depth. And if it's something I felt like showcasing, not only because I was playing it in my free time, but because I think a lot of you guys out there would appreciate a game like this. Oh my god. I know it looks like I'm just missing horribly, but there is a bit of a like a range of AoE past which I can't control it anymore. It doesn't shoot exactly straight every time. So this, if we come down here, this is a trap room for sure. I don't even have a key, so I'm not even going to risk going through those traps. Alright, clear out these chaff units. So we can get closer to these spawning pits. Man, if you didn't have the hound bouncing attack, I don't know what we would do. It just makes it so much easier to clear this stuff. I'm trying also to notice, you'll see little green numbers. Oh, there we go. We got the key. If we want to go try that trap room. I'm tempted to ignore the trap room just because of the number of times I've had a great run going and just died. I would also want to deposit my gold and ore before I do that as well. I think that's probably a good call. I don't see any deposit areas yet. Alright, glad I didn't start shooting the statue, because this is the great threat that I was talking about that spawns. It's really just a bunch of these ethereal units who pop up. And I got real screwed one time because I was in the process of destroying the statue. There was about 20 units spawned. And then the great threat showed up. And then next thing you know, I was fighting an overwhelming number of those units and I just couldn't kill them. There was no room to kite to. But we're almost done with this floor. There we go. We're nailing it, guys. We're doing it. Take that out. And now we can go to the next floor if we should so desire. I would like to see what the rest of this floor has to offer, though. Hopefully I don't die. I have so many resources, I just kind of want to dump them off. But with the amount of regen we have, there really shouldn't be any rooms here. Especially not like single spawn rooms that take us out. I'm also kind of shocked I haven't found any secret rooms yet. There's usually at least one on every floor. Secret rooms have item shops, they have gambling, hidden items, treasure chests, all sorts of stuff you can get. Probably even a lot of stuff I haven't even seen yet. Alright. Take them out. Those green orbs are especially annoying because they do hone in on you. If you let them get close enough. Alright, we took a few hits there. Doing just fine. Oh, here's kind of another mechanic on this floor. Is that they get these towers. Sort of protect the archers. That's in an easy location, though. Normally they're in a spot where it's like they're in the middle of impassable area. And they're sort of tough to take down. Especially if you're not a ranged character like me. Alright, this is what I was talking about. We were able to go through a whole nother zone. Oh, we got gold fever again? Alright, I don't know how we got locked up there. But I wasn't able to pass through those guys. Maybe because they're shielded? Maybe that matters. But by bumping into them, I did 50 damage, so... Not a total waste. Let's see. Boom. Alright, didn't quite do 50 damage, but... It probably doesn't apply like a pure 50. It probably has to go through their resistances. And a golden key. Interesting. Golden chests are very rare. I've only seen a few of them. I'm very curious what it would give me. Once again, guys, I have the option to end the run. Or to go for this treasure chest. Which I'd like to show you guys the traps and the mechanics. But from what I see, so I would hit this. I think it would spawn, it would start shooting fire. This thing would spawn a gargoyle. And I don't even know if there's a way for me to get this. There's a character I know, it's like a thief or something, that has a grappling hook. And I think they might be the character that has access to that. But what I will do before I forget is to come over here and get that extra potion. And I just want to make sure that we cleared everything we could. Yes, we did. So in the off chance that all I do is I run down there and I hit that button and then I still can't get the chest, we're just going to go on to the next level. We'll probably have a chance to use this key. I find that there are more chests that need keys than there are keys. Ah, here we go, in a spot finally to dump our cash. Nothing feels worse than having like a ton of ore and gold and then dying. And then you get nothing. You spent like 30 minutes or whatever it was grinding. Only to get nothing. Okay, here's the gargoyle. Pretty easy to dodge. Got shot in the back, you dirty rat. Gotta love our regen, though. And the tons of mana that we have. Need to be a little less scared, perhaps, just to spam out the spells. Oh, Jesus. I kind of wanted that to hit me, because I didn't really have a frame of reference for how much damage it did. Now I know. I do not want that to hit me. Woo! The problem is when they start sort of like stacking slows, this room is a problem because it's giving them cover. Like you get slowed from one circle into like another circle and you just kind of get hit by hit after hit. I'm trying to pull them out of the walls. There we go. What I could really use is some items that modify my attack damage. He's got a chilling aura. I feel like I'm just a little too slow in dealing damage. You can either get like attack speed, which would be nice. On this character especially. Or you can just get items that straight up increase your attack damage. Be it through magical, physical means, or you could get extra crit. And we can shoot our hounds across that chasm. You'll notice our experience gain is barely going up at all. Feels bad. Okay. There are lots of puzzles in this game as well, like brain teasers. Some of which I've been able to figure out gracefully, and some have been more difficult. I've been playing video games and doing puzzles and stuff my whole life. So I would never say I'm bad at it. But some of them are pretty tough. And I'm going to hold off on depositing because right now we're in good shape. I haven't seen any death rooms yet that I'm scared are just going to end my run. I don't know what that does, so let's pick this up first. 10% of your max health to the altar. You will receive a random buff that lasts until death. Sure. I already have an item that gives me bonus HP, so I have more HP than I kind of should have anyway. Blood-Rite of the Crone. Bestows you with an increased mana regen. So, nice. I don't know what the exact stat is. We could probably go to stats. Effects, character. No, there we go. So our mana regen is 5 a second. I think that's what that is. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Which will give me the ability to spam out our hounds, which is by far and away our strongest spell. And if I would like to even use the ward, it feels like I have enough regen now where I don't have to actually worry about it, which is cool. Oh my god, I'm getting juked by that guy. Alright, let's get him out of there. Got me with the charge. Yeah, I do not want to stand close to the gargoyle. That's a mistake. Let's chill for a moment. Let our regen work. And we get an ore for that. Great. So whenever we finish, either through victory or death, I'm going to show you guys the upgrades that you can do in town. Maybe spend an extra moment, go a little bit more in depth, for those of you who are curious. I'm always a sucker for games that let me upgrade towns, garrisons. For a while, World of Warcraft added a garrison. And I remember me and everybody else in the world who played WoW got sucked into it. Alright. The big thing right now is, yeah, I need to get rid of all of these, like, spawning areas. The Great Threat has shown up. There it is. I don't hate this area for kiting. Yeah, that was pretty nice. Just a nice open area for us to take them down in. A little bit more of our natural regen to do some work. Once that gargoyle is dead, it'll be a little bit safer to go into that room. Alright, another ore for our trouble. I'm loving it. And an item shop. So we've got a ton of gold. Like, kind of an obscene amount. And more ore. Yeah. So, if you're wondering why I didn't just go and, like, dump the ore off right off the bat and not think twice about it, is because you only get to use the mine shaft once to send up something. So if I had picked up any extra ore or gold, I would have felt kind of silly sending it back. So, alright. Lucky Charm, extra luck and gold gain. I don't know if this pays for itself unless you're on a super long run. 10% to block most projectiles, I like that. 50% chance to gain 1 health when killing an enemy, I like that a lot. We can upgrade our monster manual, more undead damage. Or increase our skill power. So, right now, I'm going to get the Life Stone and the Pod Helm. I'm going to get the cheap stuff. I think it's worth it. We've got a lot of gold. And I would rather have a successful run than come out of this with like 1,000 extra gold. I can grind gold from the earliest dungeons, no problem, if I really need to. But what I can't do is sort of like replace a good run that potentially was gonna get me to that next tier, you know? I see some ore up ahead. Let me get that. Greedy ore. Alright, we blocked the projectile with that item we just got. You heard that dink sound. As if we had a shield. Alright, long hallways can be pretty scary against archer dudes. But we are, in fact, an archer dude. Alright, and a chest. Okay, this room. Huh. I hate these traps. This one I'm not super familiar with, and we could very easily just die in here. I've got 13 ore. I'm not gonna risk it. I haven't been playing this game very long. I know a lot of the trap rooms pretty well. That one I know what happens, but I'm not 100% confident in my ability to dodge it. I'm not one of the tankier characters. I could very easily take like 2 hits, get stuck on one of the things in the floor, and then just die. And then I lose all the progress. Nobody wants that. Alright, the great enemy has spawned again. Here they come. Oh, we're in the annoying area again where they get the cover. So let's pull them out this way. Alright, that's a lot of projectiles. I don't know which ones are more annoying, the archers or the mages. Alright, down they go. Doing great, y'all. So yeah, not doing the traps for me is just like a a judgment call. Like, how comfortable are you with them? I feel like we can try this one. Definitely want to take this out first. This one looks a little more straightforward, so I was confident in doing it. So it's just alternating. Yeah, that's easy. Easy mode. So we're going to take it nice and slow. We could very easily probably run through and get multiple spaces. But if I do it like this, there's no way in hell I get hurt. Increase attack speed by 10%. Worth. Very worth. And there's the last statue we've been looking for. Okay, we took a pretty big shot there. Alright, there's still one more. I thought that was the last one, but I guess not. This is a big floor. Come on, there we go. And very soon we're going to go and deposit all of our fat loot. 2 more ore. And we've already made back all the money we spent on the items that we bought. And still no secret rooms, surprisingly, but I'm not even mad, just because of the sheer amount of loot that we've been able to get. Alright, doing a hallway like this with projectiles flying towards you, not the easiest. I'm just hoping they don't have a spawner. Alright, this is a little annoying because he's in the wall. Ah, there's the statue. Got it. Alright, glad we didn't try to cross while that was going on, but it looks like the traps are taking them out for me. Ravens don't do great versus these ethereal units. Okay, that was dangerous. So obviously I messed that up. What you can do is, like, take a step, stand in between it, take a step, stand in between it. I've done it many times without messing up, so I'm going to blame my rustiness for that. So my primary attacks are the ones that give me the chance to, like, lifesteal. If you're wondering why I'm favoring my attacks in certain situations when I can just kind of easily spam out the hounds. Alright, they do have a spawner. We need to get rid of that. Woo! I'm gonna pop that potion right now. I don't know what did that much damage to me, but it's worth 1 potion. Alright. Here goes nothing with the statue. We still have 3 potions, which is more than we originally were working with. Maybe we'll get a fountain or something on the next floor. Ah, we're getting slowed. We're getting slowed so much. Alright, that guy was on my tail, which is why I used the ward. Okay. Last round. Whew, so we can go to the next floor now. But before we do that, we need to go dump off our loot. Where is the mine shaft? I think it's there. Okay, so we need to go to the left. What is this? I don't recognize that symbol. So we're going to pay a rough tax on that. I'm gonna go check on what that gold thing is. I don't remember what that symbol means. Oh, gold. Just a big thing of diamonds. Okay, well that would have been nice to see beforehand. Man, do I try this room? We step here. It puts the chest here. We have to dodge while dodging these. It's not worth it for like a green item, or potentially not even a green item. Silver chest. Alright, peace out. Take a second to like crack my knuckles and stuff. I'm getting too old for this spamming nonsense. This is one of those games that I like to play in short bursts. Like, I definitely can't play this for hours. When I was younger, this would have been a game I'd have wasted a lot of hours in. Not anymore, sadly. I've talked about this before, but I've broken my hands a lot in my life. Makes it, pretty hard to just play non-stop. I gotta take breaks. Okay, these are some tighter corridors, which sometimes lends, you know, to our favor. But when it's a lot of archers that we're facing, it's kind of good for the enemy. Another monolith, which is giving us, it looks like regen. Yeah, 10 health every 0.5 seconds. Wow. I mean, that feels pretty good. Just come in here and take that. Thank you. Thankfully, the first statue's right here. I want to be careful I don't back myself into a corner. Or get caught up on some nonsense. Alright, nailed it. Alright, no spawns in here, which is what I was concerned about the most. I could probably afford to be a hell of a lot braver since I have that crazy HP regen. But it's kind of not something I want to get all that used to, you know? Because it's not going to be around forever. And you'll see how much damage they do with one attack. It would really only take 4 or 5 attacks to one-shot me. Within a second, which is what I mean by one-shot. Obviously, 4 or 5 attacks is not a one-shot. But that can happen quickly in 1 second. I can take 4 or 5 attacks and die. Which is more of what I mean. It would almost be like a kind of a pro strat to let them hit me just a little bit. Because it'll spawn a ton of my ravens. Which don't do a lot of damage. I'm curious if they'll ever be all that useful. But if they distract the enemy, then they're more responsible for tanking than they are for any type of like damage doing. Found a secret room, finally. Oh, and it's got a gold chest, and we have a gold key. What are the odds? This is going to be the first gold chest I ever open, I think. Frost Brand. 5 magical damage on primary attack. Primary attack also applies freezing. Wow, that's probably the best item I've ever gotten. And you guys were here for it. Hell yeah. So it slows them. Is it to every enemy or is it a chance? It looks like it's every enemy. I wonder if it works on bosses. What luck that I just happen to have the gold key. I gotta tell you, that's, in my experience, it's not particularly common. It might be more common in higher like levels of the game, but I'm kind of in the low level stuff. So it hasn't seemed to be very common. Let's go this way. It looks like this might be a nice little dead end for us. Yep. Man, how great would it be to have that monolith benefit going into a boss battle? Sucks that they... I don't think we're gonna get there. But wow, that's slow though. That's incredible. Woo! Alright, spawning pits, I see ya. Man, look at the number of arrows. Okay, we need to back out while the great threat's going on. Deal with them first. The problem I'm seeing right now is that those spawning pits are in kind of deep into the rooms. So we may have to go in there, which is dangerous. Because that'll open us up to lots of arrow fire. Yeah. We can just afford to be a little bit more brave thanks to that HP regen, so. I will be. What's up here? Okay, we did not go this way yet, but this is a closed off room with another key for us. It doesn't show it, but I'm pretty sure we do have multiple keys. It would be nice if it had some sort of little, like, indicator. Not that it matters. I mean, if you have a key, you're going to use it in a chest. It's not like you know what's in the chest and you're not going to, like, get rid of it. But it might affect some of your decision-making if you're going through, like, a booby-trapped room for a key. And it might make it, you know, a difference to your decision-making if you know you have 3 keys already, in case you don't remember. As opposed to, you know... Like right now, we have, I think, 3 keys. Maybe more. Maybe 4 keys. I might not go out of my way and risk my life for another key if I could look at a glance and see that I already had, like, 4 keys. That's kind of what I'm saying. Another great threat, eh? Alright, see if we can get that pit. Alright, don't know if I want to take on a great threat while fighting, you know, one of these big skeleton king warlord guys. Alright, never mind. We're pretty damn strong. It's also not to be underestimated the fact that that item also gives us bonus damage as well. 5 damage. Which, when you're doing, you know, 20 damage a shot, 5 damage is a massive increase. Like a 25% increase to your overall DPS. Oh my god. Avoid. We're just gonna avoid it, guys. There's gonna be a point where I unlock this, like, level permanently, and I don't have to struggle to get here all the time. And once that occurs, I'll be able to take more chances with more difficult traps. But we're doing so well, I would hate to end a run just because I'm bad at doing traps. Right? That's no good. So let's just get to the boss. We'll unlock the portal for this entire zone. And then we'll be able to, you know, in the future, if we come back and play, we'll be able to do as much fast and loose trap battling as I want to. Ooh, that's a different enemy. Kind of a lich-looking guy, skeleton wizard. Take that out. Big thing here. Our HP regen's almost gone. Oh god, gotta deal with this before the great threat. Okay, we got 2 of them. And yeah, our regen is gone. So we need to be aware of that. Alright, later, man. Take that out. I didn't see a drop-off point. Man, the freeze is so good versus these dudes. But I would love to drop off if I can. Once again, I'm rolling in dough and ore. Alright, here's one of those items we can pick up. Immune to confusion, but all other debuffs last 100% longer. I don't know about that. If I knew what the boss was, and I don't, maybe the boss does some sort of confusion attack. I don't know. If that's the case, then maybe that's a good trade-off. If not, though, then sounds bad. It doesn't seem to me at this point like confusion's been a common attack. Alright, am I blind or have I just not seen a drop-off area? I see where the next floor is. And I also see where the statue is. It's right down here. Alright, so that'll just stay there. I said, very good in boss battles. When I'm just kind of running all over the map, you just drop it and run away. Use it while you have mana. And we should be good to go now, right? I missed what the message said, but I have to feel like, yeah, it's not locked anymore. Okay, cool. There was no way to drop off. Nope. Oh well. Onward we go, guys. Wish me luck. It's gonna give me one last chance to drop stuff off. I appreciate this a lot, but our taxation was like half our gold there. Woo, let me crack these knuckles. We've got 3 potions. Full HP, full mana. I have no idea what this boss is, what the mechanics are. Oh god. I don't know what this boss does at all. Seems like lots and lots of AoE stuff. Am I supposed to be going after... Oh, see, this is what I don't like. Am I supposed to be going after these statues? Is that kind of what it's been training me to do this whole time? Oh my god, I'm terrible. Yeah, I didn't even really know what to do. Damn. Well, that was a pretty poor performance at a pretty, what looked to be a difficult boss. I think there were 3 of those Grim Reaper looking guys. I think shutting down the statues perhaps shuts them down. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't feel like I had the answer there. But I accomplished my main goal, which was just to kind of get there. And to showcase to you guys what we can do in town. So, of course, we lost all of our items. You don't get to keep them, sadly, in between runs. But what we can do now is come here... Nope, wrong button. And upgrade our town with everything that we have unlocked. So, I have a tier 4 town, which doesn't do me a lot of good because I don't even have a lot of the tier 3 stuff. I was kind of hoping to unlock the next tier of Chapel, but I don't have 35 ore. And to unlock the Wizard, I need literally 1 more ore. Ugh. Getting the Blacksmith upgrade or the Guild Hall upgrade, I think I already have tier 3 skills, but I don't think I have tier 3 Blacksmith. Do I? You know what? Let's get the Blacksmith upgraded. It'll upgrade my town for me. Let's go see. My skills might already be upgraded to tier 3 just because... No, they're not. Okay. I was going to say, if you go and visit your friends' towns in multiplayer, you can take advantage of their upgrades to kind of upgrade your stuff. So these look to be pretty great. I can't unfortunately afford, you know, the crit bonus and like the crit chance. I can't pick up both of these. I just don't have enough gold. Let's get the armor, the weapon, and let's get more weapon damage. I like to just burst them down. So 24. That's about what we were doing when we left the dungeon. And you'll see here, this is an armored dummy, doing 13 to him. But there's lots of other ways you can modify your stats. So this is a gamble hall. We can gamble some of our money there. Don't really want to do that. Just a simple game of like flipping cards. This gives us the option to apply a buff while also applying a debuff. Didn't really make much use of that, but I just upgraded this, and he's got more drinks than he normally has. The priest, which we unlocked by going into a dungeon, gives us these permanent buffs, which I chose to go the path of the warrior, and you can change it out and come back to these other locations, but you have to unlock them. But it increases the damage of my primary attack, so I've been sort of leaning really heavily into my right click. And then let's see what else. The fountain here, we can add bonuses to ourselves, but we've got to balance it by adding these terrible effects as well. This guy allows us to trade ore and gold back and forth, but it's really inefficient until you get that very highly upgraded, which is ironic because it takes ore to upgrade, so it feels bad. And then this guy will upgrade our potions and their effectiveness, while this gentleman here allows us to go into a dungeon with a couple of items and a couple of keys, which I can imagine once I'm super rich and I'm very confident in my skills, I would want to pick some of those things up. But guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun showcasing this game to you guys. If you'd like to see more, all you got to do is let me know in the comments down below, and I'd be happy to play some more. But that's it. I'm Brett. Channel's Goodtalk Gaming. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next one. Take care, y'all.